Hey Twidnu!
Hello, Winters.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm not too bad myself at all. It's Saturday, which means it is, well, MENA Cup day, my favorite
That
day
is
of the week.
right. Yes, it is our favorite day of the week, and today's magic number 21 winners. I can't believe we've gone this far.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's the 21st edition of the MENA Cup, so I'm pumped, I'm ready, I'm excited, and we're already in here. In our first match, GSL Daybreak, Valentine versus Big Noobs. Twidnu, are you ready? Because we'll be ready to go and everything will be just fine as we kick off our first match here. The stream is up, people should be watching, and I'm having a good time already.
All right, so GSL Daybreak, as I've stated many times before, I think this is definitely one of the best maps in the competitive map cycle. At the current time, at least, we've always seen great games in it, and I think it's fairly even for all races.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's a two-player map, and you do know where your opponent starts, I do not think that really takes too much away from the map, as we always end up seeing extremely exciting games on it.
Absolutely correct. So why don't you do the introductions for
We'll
us?
gladly do so. Welcome everyone to the 21st edition of the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup. I'm Twidnu, and joining me is my good friend Winners, and we are in game one here between the blue Terran, Big Neebs, spawning on the top right location,
Mm-hmm.
and his opponent on the bottom left in the orange color, Zerg race. It is Valentine.
Yeah, so Valentine, he lives here in Dubai. I actually went to AUD with him. We shared a few classes at the American University in Dubai, and I believe he was a Terran at one point. So he switched races. Big Noobs, he is one of Tweak's friends. Tweak, also known as Rupture. So Big Noobs is another, Egyptian playing all the way from California.
Oh, wow, okay, so we're getting more and more players from that side of the world. I
Mm-hmm.
hope the distance doesn't impact their play too much. Although
Mm-hmm.
we've seen Rupture do fairly well in the cups before, so a little bit of adjustment is definitely needed, but nothing that should hurt them too much. And as I say that, he does lag out for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So winners, we have a TVZ here. Like I've mentioned time and time again, this is my favorite matchup to both play and cast. As we almost always see entertaining games, we're starting off here with the Big Neems walling off his front, getting harassed by this pesky drone, and actually pulling out two SCVs off the
Yeah,
mineral line to.
doing a great job there.
Yeah, he's definitely impacting the mineral line, and this early in the game. I mean, I cannot stress how impactful this can be. In the meantime, looks like our Zerg player has taken his expo. He went for a hatch before pool, which Big Neeps probably already realized. And we'll probably see the game move on fairly standard from here, as both players try to build their economies and decide on what kind of strategies they'll be going for.
Absolutely right here. So we see no gas is taken by Big Noobs just yet. So most probably indicating that he is going to fast expand, as he already has one SCV parked here at the natural, and now he's waiting for those 400 minerals to place down his expansion. But again, he has one idle SCV here, which
Two
can.
idle SCVs actually, and I mean I can't even count how many minerals he probably lost
Mhm.
in the last minute or so. Definitely could have had his expansion up about a minute earlier, but nonetheless we see it being dropped down at the moment, and he's also building a uh, a bunker just at the Zerg natural. Of course, it's been denied, so good reaction there by Valentine. And we'll probably see. I mean, do you see Valentine going for a quick third, or maybe trying to, to try and do some damage here?
Well, he's gotten uncharacteristically 6 Zerglings compared to the traditional 4 that we do see in most matchup these days. Maybe he's just gonna quickly poke and prod for a few seconds, but once that bunker is up at the natural for big noobs, he can't really do a lot, because even with 2-3 Marines, those Zerglings will not stand any chance whatsoever.
Well said. We do see the Zerglings now making their way towards the Terran Natural, and they might actually get there before the bunker's done, winners. The Marines aren't really microed, and Big Neebs misses the opportunity to get both Marines in the bunker, and now he's in a lot of trouble, winners.
Oh, look at this now. The command center is going to be denied the Wallen at the top, but wow, this is absolutely insane here for Valentine, what these 6 Zerglings do have achieved, and now going to work on these supply depots, having to pull SCVs once again here, but he can definitely get rid of the command center here on the lower ground, as one Marine isn't gonna cut it at all. But oh, actually nice play there by Big News, but look at the supply difference already, 36 to 16, and maybe this can already spell the end for the Terran here.
I definitely agree, and I'm actually very surprised to see that even though he needs a lot of units here, he opted to drop a reactor on his Rex. Not really sure what Big Neeb's line of thought is here. He definitely needed to pump out 2 Marines at a time to have any chance to defend this, as his command center is only down to around 500 HP, and these Zerglings, man, they are way more than they're worth in gold, and I'm not sure what Valentine can really do after this. It all came down to that initial annoying drone, which took, I think, made Big Neebs kind of overreact and waste too much mining time, and this is what this is the result of this. And he's going to be, behind for such a long time that I doubt he's going to be able to come back into this.
Yeah, and Valentine, I mean, he can comfortably take a 3rd now, as we see Big Noobs going for that command center again, and he is really putting up a lot of infrastructure but not producing any units. I mean, he could producing 3 Marines, nearly 4 Marines at a time, and another add-on here. So wow, no units whatsoever out for him, and a quick layer here by Valentine as well. Who has put up his Roach 1, he's also getting a quick +1 for his missile attacks. The Queen nice and low on energy at the main and the natural, taking a 3rd gas. So let's see if it's going to be 3 gas on 3 base. That would indicate roaches, but as he's getting a quick layer though, maybe we're going to see a bit of a Nidus, as he's already getting defensive here with a Spore Crawler. Well, what do you think, Twidno? What do you think is going on here?
It looks to me that Valentine is going for an attack very soon here. He's just trying to cover all his bases, make sure that he's safe from any kind of attack. He might be suspecting that his opponent is going to try and get back into this game through Cloaked Banshees, and is therefore dropping down those Spore Crawlers just to be sure. But we actually see a very, very quick infestation pit, winners, and I think Valentine might be investing too much into tech too fast. He doesn't even have his 3rd up yet. Ideally, I think it would have been a good time to maybe go for an attack, as he definitely knew that his opponent did not have anything, to be honest, to be able to counter any kind of attack. So Valentine, I guess, kind of a missed opportunity here. I don't see it really changing, the outcome of the game, but definitely a missed opportunity here to try and do a lot more damage and follow up on that great Zergling attack.
Yeah, as Big Noobs is blessing us with more lag spikes, I would like Valentine to spread his creep a bit better around his main, towards the natural, and of course towards his 3rd and out onto the map. I like his Overlord spread though. I mean, he sees just about everything, but he has to be careful that they don't get picked off right, left, and center, as we just saw Twidno lagging for a second, but all is
not really sure what happened there, but I'm here.
That's good.
No one needs to panic.
So
one thing I'd like to point out though about Valentine is that although his creep spread is alright and he is moving it towards the 3rd, he actually hasn't joined his natural with his main yet. So this is a small thing to point out, as we see him now moving some drones over to the 3rd, while getting all these upgrades. I mean, he's getting metabolic boost for his Zerglings, he's getting the burrow for all the other units, Carapace level 1, and building his first two infestors. So I think he's in great shape. He's about 30 supply ahead, and it's just going to be interesting to see what Big Noobs thinks he can do to try and come back into this.
Well, he definitely needs to turtle. He needs to defend. He needs to get a nice unit count. And again, he's not producing units. I mean, he is very mineral heavy with his marines at this point. Of course, his medevacs are going to be out. He's getting his +1 attack and armor as well. And Valentine, he's already mining from his third. His income is about 700 minerals more per minute than Big Noobs, and that makes a huge difference as we see a scouting SCV. But just before, I want to come back to that creep thread we addressed already. As Valentine gets his macro hatch here, for example, in his main base, he should spread his creep all the way around, because there are certain little nooks and crannies where he will not see a marine a medevac drop occur, and that can take out quickly an evo chamber, a line of drones, maybe even a layer or a hive, and that can be game changing as we see a hell of a lot of speedlings out in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it just looks like Valentine has complete control of this game. You are right about the creep spread. It would definitely be better for him to have his creeps positioned around the map a little bit better. I'm still surprised he's opting to invest in all these spore crawlers. I'm not quite sure what triggered the initial response, but it seems like he saw something we didn't, winners.
Well, he definitely knows that this drop is coming. He's already in position, and yes, Big Noobs has no way. And look at this here, look at him. Now look at the beach balls here at the natural of Big Noobs here. The board infestors, they're now forcing the stem, and these, well, infested these infested marines aren't gonna do anything. They
probably would have been better to try and target the SCVs with that. In any case, one thing I'm a little bit surprised about is that Big Noob's actually not going for any kind of tanks. This matchup is probably the best for tanks, and you see Terran almost go for that every single game. But Big Noob seems like he's confident in going with a pure bio army. And I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Terran can really do much without tanks in this matchup?
Well, if you do harass multi-drop and do a lot of micro-intensive and APM-intensive attacks in multiple places at the same time, yes, I believe you do stand the chance, but it is so demanding. And while Big Noobs, he's playing down in silver, I believe, and I frankly don't think that he has the required, the necessary skill, not to take anything away from him, but to play like a Marine King barracks only style is so intense. And now he's gonna throw away all these units stemming here. He should get those units into the bunkers, he should raise those depots, and he should make units here as Valentine is pushing in as with the roaches and no SCVs being pulled here to repair the bunkers, and Big Noobs is in a lot of trouble. The roaches...
looks like this game is over, winners, and there we see it, Big Noobs calling the GG. Interesting play from both sides, I think. I felt the game was over the moment those Zerglings were able to force the cancel on the command center. Valentine, some of his decisions were a little odd with all those spore crawlers all around the place. A little bit of improvements can be made with this creep spread and all that. But what I liked about him is that he saw the opportunity initially after harassing the drone, harassing the SCV, sorry, and sent out 6 Zerglings, which, I mean, as we all saw, did a lot more damage than they should have.
Exactly.
Big Noobs also, with a little bit of iffy decisions, building the reactor on the racks at the time when he was being attacked. At that moment he needed all the units he could get, and opted to go for a reactor on his racks. I think that was a poor decision. Definitely a bad timing for that. And yeah, as we all saw, the game just went downhill for our Terran player from the time he was forced to cancel the command center.
With absolutely correct there, as now we wait for Big Noobs to pick his map. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of big news for the region. I'm just, do you mind just talking a bit more? I'm just putting out something on the Facebook page telling everyone that the cast is live.
Right, go right ahead, winners.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll just go through the brackets for a second here. We have some good games to start off the series. We do have Dan facing off against Mezin, was it? So
Wolfman.
that's Wolfman. Sorry, you said Wolfman was Mezian's
He nephew,
nephew, correct?
correct.
Yes. All right. I haven't really seen him play much. What's his style like? I mean, how does he fare compared to the others?
Well, he did not show up, so I don't think we need to spend any time talking about him. Wolfman could not make it, so I think we need to find a replacement for him, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, but this happens almost every week. No surprises there.
Unfortunately, no. Kusai did not show up early. That he's done that for the last month, I believe. And what about MGS Morjam?
All right, so all we have so far are people who were able to move on to the next round because their opponents did not show up. Those players are Seraphim and Dan, who were supposed to play Wolfman and Qusay respectively. In the other games, we see that Nesquik should be facing off against Mujram,
Okay,
Tweak,
can I
Ali.
just butt in there?
Tell me.
I have Ralphie taking MGS Morum's place.
All right.
Yes, so Nesquik, he's the local Emirati from the UAE living in Germany. He's a Zurich. He's up in Masters, I believe, so he is a big force to be reckoned with. Ralphie, though, he's the fearsome Protoss from Lebanon, so that should be a good matchup. But we're invited here. Did you accept, Twidno?
Yes, I
You're
did.
in there? Okay, great. So Shakura's Plateau is the map chosen by Big Noobs. Let's see if he can make a comeback here.
Let us see.
So we're ready.
Not to take anything away from Big Noobs, but
Sure.
wouldn't it be better for him to maybe try try his luck at the MENA Cup instead?
I don't know if he can make it because he has school during the week. It's a
Alright.
Wednesday because of the 12-hour time difference. I don't know. But well, he's trying his best, and well, Valentine, he's taking place in the MENA Cup, but he also wants to try his best in the MENA Cup. So wait, am I not in lobby? Oh, there we
No,
go.
you
I'm
are
there.
in the lobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit confused there, saying that we need Winters. Well, Winters is here all the time, all day long. Thank you for tuning in, guys. As the map is now loading.
That's right. So Shakar's Plateau, a classic favorite. Feels like it's been there forever.
It has been.
It did go through some changes with the back rocks and access to back entrance access to some of the bases, and I think the changes were actually great for it. And it's as we can see, it's one of the favorites at the MENA Cup and others. But here we go, winners on the top right-hand corner of Shakar's Plateau, spawning as the red turn. It is the loser from the first game, down 0-1, Big Neebs. And over on the top left, spawning as the orange Zerg, our winner from the first game, Valentine.
Absolutely. Just another trivial fact for all of you guys out there. Valentine, well, that's his real name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in real life, that's his real name.
Wow.
Valentine.
Okay, that's a first.
Yeah, I know, that's a real first. God, we teased them in class. Anyhow, I want to take this opportunity here, as the players will probably not do too much in the first few minutes, to talk about the upcoming events here with our Lebanese counterparts, or let's say partners. Yes, thank you there. At Hattak, they are launching their StarCraft 2 tour. Their 6-month season starting in May all the way up to December. You will be able to win monthly cash prizes in your given division. So currently we're in beta testing, but I think when all the kinks have been worked out and everything is the way it should be, we're going to commence, which should be the first weekend on May. So basically you accumulate points by laddering. Just you play ladder, that's all you do, and then those points will be transferred to the At website, where there will be a ladder as well, and the top 32 of each month will battle out in the fourth week of each month to win those prizes. So that's what is going to be happening, and SC2 MENA has secured exclusive rights to stream just about any match, any bracket, and any VOD replay we would like. So Winters, myself, and Twidnu, we are going to be doing a lot of casting, and we're going to get a few Arabic-speaking casters on board as well, so more content for everyone. But don't be afraid, the MENA and MENA Cup will still take place every week.
Thanks for the update, winners. On that, I did see the announcement early on. Was one thing which actually really caught my eye, which addressed a lot of the community issues, is that there's actually individual tournaments for each league. So,
correct.
You know, unfortunately, we do have it, you know, in some of the MENA Cups and even the MENA Cups, where players face off with the various skill levels, and it's somehow, you know, I wouldn't call it unfair, but somehow unfortunate for the, let's say, lower level players. So this will give, you know, everyone an equal chance to be able to play out in a full-fledged tournament with the players with a very similar skill level. So
yeah.
you know, that's a big plus, I think, for the community, and hopefully that will keep more people interested, more people laddering, so they can practice and make their way to the final 32.
And though it's unfortunate for all you international players, because it is restricted to the MENA region. So even though if you might be an Arab national living in the States, in the UK, or in Germany, you won't be able to participate, unfortunately. So this we're doing this to boost esports and StarCraft in the region, because unfortunately we are lagging behind.
Yeah, I mean, those guys can't complain. They have it good. They have all the competitive environment they can hope for. So it's all right to give the guys to give us here a little bit of chance to try and do our own thing. So yeah, I think that's actually a good thing, as it will give a chance for a lot of the players here to get some tournament experience, to get better, and that's why we're here, winners. That's what we'd like to see.
Absolutely, here Big Noobs blessing us again, and well, he's not producing any marines or units in general, which is giving me heart complications. He is floating about 400 minerals but not making any SCVs or marines, and that is just very sad. And already
that's kind of the same thing we saw him do in the first game, unfortunately. The same kind of mistake. Valentine seems to be doing very similar kind of build to what he was doing the first game. Took the third base at about the same time. Still no tech from him though, so he probably feels comfortable expanding and try to improve his economy, as we see a few more add-ons on the racks going up at the Terran main.
Yeah, that is something. Well, I don't like add-ons too early unless I have a specific build in mind. So maybe an early tech lab to get an early stim if I want to go for a drop or something, or maybe if I'm playing against Protoss, I want to go for a concussive shell push. But look at this, he has two. Okay, now he's even doing some switching, and now he's, wow. Okay, never
Alright, so more add-ons and
more add-ons, and this
still no units. And look at his resource count, winners. I mean,
know.
That's never a good thing to see, as he's actually building more and more racks and finally dropping a factory. So I'm not really sure what his plan is, but we'll probably find out shortly as we see the Zerg player fighting going for Leartech here.
Yeah, again, just like last game at the 8-minute mark exactly, he started his layer, so he has his timings worked out, as we see. Big Noobs, well, he's going for his stem and combat shield at the same time. Double engineering bay up as well here. All 4 gases taken, though. Now a few SCVs missing in that second refinery at the natural. But Valentine, he doesn't need to do anything. He is up to 47 drones. He's got 3 queens, and he's just gonna, well, he's just gonna drone, because
Because he can winners.
Exactly, and Big Noobs, he's not gonna move out. He saw what happened last game. He might be a bit frightened, but as I say that, he's moving about 7 Marines out. As I'm lagging. Don't drop me.